in your story in kind of contemplating acquisition versus startup, why startup and why for you?
Honestly, one of the biggest factors was I didn't want to buy somebody else's problems. You're buying their culture, you're buying their bad, mistreated equipment, you're buying a patient family that's been taught to be a patient a certain way by the dentist practice and treatment philosophy. You're buying that to come in and to try to, the hurdles to get there is so challenging. It's you'll never get there, in my belief, because of the culture that already exists. Changing culture is very, very hard. Even if you replace your whole staff, your patients still have the culture. The systems, the way the business was run that you buy, you have to change them all to make them match your culture, the way you want to practice, or you have to conform to them. And I just knew as a young dentist with my whole career ahead of me, I didn't want to fight that fight. I would rather take the risk on my own and do it the right way, the way that I want to do it from the start, so that I'm not inheriting bad habits, bad culture, bad patients, and go for it. Plus I mean, if you want to get into the finances of it, like how much it costs to buy the goodwill and how much goodwill you lose versus market. I mean, there's a ton of numbers and metrics that go behind the difference in the values versus tax. And there's a lot of implications there, but the main thing was I was willing to go through the early struggle and the challenge of doing the startup compared to the acquisition, because the acquisition feels safe. But the startup feels right.
It's so true. That's what everyone preaches in dental school. That's what everyone preaches after dental school, that an acquisition is safe.
Yeah.
But man, that it never felt right to me.
Yeah.
Because of all of the different practices I looked at. Always left, both my wife and I were always like, man, can you see yourself here? Like for the next 20, 30 years? Like, is this it?
I like the carpet. The carpet is really nice.
Out there, there's got to be something better, right? And because we wanted something magnificent, something awesome. And like Ben said, we have a whole career ahead of us. Why not create that awesome thing and then get to practice that way for the rest of your career and bet on yourself and work at making that vision something special to show up to work every day, for your team to show up to work every day, for your patients to come to whenever they come into your practice. So for me,
create the culture.
Once you get a taste of that vision, once you get a little glimpse of it, it's really hard to let go. It's really hard to say, you know what, that's not going to be worth it in the end, or you know what, that's going to be too hard. Now, once you see it, you will do anything and everything to get it. Yeah. Because you want it desperately, and you're willing to put all your passion, all your hard work, everything into it, so that you can realize that glimpse, that vision, that light that you see.
Love it.